Hello viewers, in today's class we are going to solve one important definite integral involving absolute value function, right? So here we have to evaluate this integral from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 and mod of sine x. So here we have the absolute value of sine x, right? So let us solve this integral, right? So now before proceeding further, let us first take that which property is to be used to evaluate this definite integral, right? Now we have seen one important property of definite integrals which says that if we have to evaluate an integral from minus a to plus a f of x dx, then this integral is equal to 2 times of the integral from 0 to a f of x dx whenever f of x is an even function, right? So this integral can be simplified to 2 times the integral from 0 to a f of x dx, and the value of this integral would be 0 whenever f of x is an odd function, right? Okay, so now you can watch the previous videos where we have discussed these properties, right? Okay, so now we have to make use of this property to evaluate this integral. So here our integrand is f of x, that is mod of sine x, right? Now let us see whether this function is an even function or odd function, right? So for this what we will do, we'll replace this x by minus x, right? So when we replace x by minus x, we get f of minus x is equal to mod of sine minus x, right? So now from trigonometry we know that sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. So here we have absolute value of minus sine x, right? And this absolute value of minus sine x can also be written as mod of sine x, right? And mod of sine x is equal to our original function, that is f of x, right? So here let us take a quick look at the definition of even function. A function is said to be an even function if f of minus x is equal to f of x. So what does it mean? It means that whenever we replace x by minus x in the function remains the same, right? So for example, if we take f of x is equal to say x raised to 4, then this is an even function because f of minus x is equal to minus x raised to 4, that is positive x raised to 4, that is f of x, right? Similarly, if we take f of x is equal to say cos x, then cos x is also an even function because f of minus x is equal to cos of minus x, and cos of minus x can be written as simply cos x because cos of minus theta is equal to cos theta, and cos x is our this function f of x, so we have f of x, right? So this is about the even function. So let us come to our original problem. So here we have this function, and when we replace x by minus x, we get mod of sine of minus x, which is mod of minus sine x, and mod of minus sine x can be written as mod of sine x, which is our original function. So here we should also consider the definition of absolute value function. The concept of absolute value function says that mod of x is equal to plus x whenever x is greater than or equal to 0, and minus x whenever x is less than 0, right? So here we have a mod of minus sine x, right? So the absolute value function makes this negative sign positive, so that's why we have here mod of sine x, right? So mod of minus x is equal to mod of x for all values of real numbers, right? Okay, so here we see that f of minus x is equal to f of x, so this shows that f of x is an even function, right? So now this integral can be written as I is equal to 2 times 0 to pi by 2, because here the value of a is pi over 2, right? So 2 times integral from 0 to pi by 2 f of x dx. So here we have mod of sine x, right? Okay, now here again there is a very important concept which says that see here x varies from 0 to pi by 2, and we know that whenever x varies from 0 to pi by 2, that is when x is greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to pi by 2, then sin x is always a positive quantity, right? So from this definition we can write this integral I as 2 times 0 to pi by 2, and for mod of sin x we have simply plus sin x, because for all values of x from 0 to pi by 2 sin x is a positive quantity, or we can say sin x is greater than or equal to 0, right? So here we have utilized this definition. So here we have simply sin x dx, right? And the integral of sin x is minus cos x, and the limits are from 0 to pi by 2, and now we can simply substitute the values here, the values of x and x equal to 0 and pi by 2, and we'll take the difference. So taking this negative sign outside, so we have minus 2 cos x 0 to pi by 2, and we have I is equal to minus 2 cos pi by 2 minus cos 0, and cos pi by 2 is 0 and cos 0 is 1, so we have minus 2 times minus 1, that is plus 2, right? So the value of this integral is plus 2, right? So